On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Independence.
Freedom from another's or others' control or influence.
Examples:
Financial independence. Independence ceremony. There is nothing more valuable than independence and freedom.
Bloody.
Covered in or smeared with blood, involving or characterized by bloodshed or brutality.
Examples:
Bloody massacre. Bloody diarrhea. The crime scene was bloody and gruesome.
Migration.
The movement of animals to a new location, frequently as the seasons change.
Examples:
The migration of birds. Overseas migration. There was a migration of impoverished farmers into the towns.
Estimate.
To guess or calculate the cost, the size, value, etc. of something.
Examples:
Estimate of fair value. Estimate this chicken to weigh 3 pounds. We estimated the season's total trade deficit at $50 billion.
Colonize.
To establish a colony in or on a specific place, to settle or occupy in large numbers.
Examples:
Colonize planets. Colonize for cultivation. European powers colonized much of the Americas in the 16th and 17th centuries.
Continent.
One of the Earth's large landmasses. Adjective, abstaining from your feelings, especially your desire to have sex.
Examples:
The inland of a continent. Continent urinary diversion. Flight across the continent was a daring adventure in its day.
Patchwork.
A fabric made by stitching together small pieces of different colored and patterned fabrics, a mixture or grouping of diverse elements or components.
Examples:
The patchwork of legislation. Patchwork design. The patchwork approach to funding led to an uneven distribution of resources.
Kingdom.
The country ruled by a king or queen.
Examples:
Establish his kingdom. A subordinate kingdom. By remaining neutral, this kingdom continued to exist.
Jewish.
Of or related to people whose traditional religion is Judaism.
Examples:
Jewish history. Jewish culture. My friend is a Jewish woman who celebrates Hanukkah every year.
Tradition.
A belief, custom, or way of doing something that has been passed down from generation to generation within a group or society.
Examples:
A tradition of a culture. Against tradition. It is a tradition in many families to have a big Thanksgiving dinner with all their relatives.
Caste.
A social class or group, typically determined by birth or occupation, that has a particular status in a society.
Examples:
Military caste. Caste-based discrimination. He was born into a lower caste and faced discrimination throughout his life.
Background.
The details of a person's social heritage, such as family, vocational or educational experience, past information that is essential to understanding a situation or problem.
Examples:
A background color. A criminal background. The company's hiring criteria emphasize personality, not a person's background.
Colon.
The punctuation mark, used to introduce a list, summary, explanation, etc., or before reporting what someone has said, a significant part of the large intestine, the final section of the digestive system.
Examples:
Colon examination. The colon at the end of the sentence. Consumption of vegetables may aid in the prevention of colon cancer.
Settlement.
An official agreement that brings an argument to a close, the process of establishing permanent residence in a place.
Examples:
The settlement of a dispute. Settlement in a new house. Our goal must be to achieve a peaceful settlement.
Emerge.
To move out of or away from something and become visible.
Examples:
Emerge as a butterfly. Emerge from poverty. During colonial eras, new migratory patterns emerged.
Colonial.
Of or relating to a colony, equals a territory that is controlled by a more powerful country, to the period of time during which a country or region was a colony.
Examples:
Oppressive colonial rule. Colonial style. The city has a rich colonial history, with many historic buildings and landmarks.
Province.
The territory occupied by one of the constituent administrative districts of a nation.
Examples:
Bengal Province. Home province. A network of railways has developed over the province.
Indirectly.
Not going straight to the point, implying or suggesting something.
Examples:
Indirectly related. Indirectly impact. The CEO indirectly expressed her disappointment with the project's progress.
Indirect.
Happening in addition to the main or intended aim, cause or result, often in a way that is not obvious, not following the shortest or straight way.
Examples:
Indirect taxation. Indirect lighting. He expressed his dissatisfaction in an indirect way.
Sovereign.
A king or queen.
Examples:
Sovereign wealth fund. A sovereign state. King George was the sovereign of England.
Concession.
Something that is granted or given up, often in a negotiation or argument, a place or stand where goods or services are sold or provided, often in a public setting such as a stadium or amusement park.
Examples:
An oil concession. Make a concession. The movie theater offered a special concession for seniors on Tuesdays.
Categorize.
To put people or things into groups according to their features, types, etc.
Examples:
Categorize the image. Categorize the cause of failure. The biologist categorized the viruses into 4 groups.
Religion.
A deep conviction in a supernatural power that controls human destiny.
Examples:
Religion sociology. Freedom of religion. Their religion strictly prohibits them from drinking or gambling.
Identity.
The fact of being who or what somebody or something is, the features, emotions, or ideas that distinguish persons from one another.
Examples:
Mistaken identity. Identity as an individual. The terrorist's identity remains unknown.
Gross.
Being the total amount of something before any deductions, obese and ugly or unpleasant.
Examples:
The gross amount. Gross injustice. The drastic reorganization has significantly increased this company's gross profits.
Simplify.
To make something more straightforward, more understandable, or easier to do.
Examples:
Simplify my life. Simplify the process. Please simplify your explanation for the children.
Communal.
Belonging to or used by a group rather than individuals, for common use.
Examples:
Communal swimming pool. Communal combination of funds. Communal elections were held in several European countries.
Distinct.
Noticeable from something else of a similar type.
Examples:
Distinct difference. Distinct from each other. It is essential to keep these 2 issues distinct.
Elect.
To choose someone for a specific position by voting for them, to decide or choose to do something.
Examples:
Elect the school board. Elect death. Every 5 years, the provincial governors are elected.
Candid.
Honest, straightforward, and frank in someone's words or actions.
Examples:
Candid conversation. In my candid opinion. The candid photography captured the genuine emotions of the moment.
Identification.
The act or process of recognizing, proving, or designating someone or something.
Examples.
An identification tag for children. Personal identification number. Eye movements complicate identification by retinal scanning.
Exaggerate.
To describe or represent something as better or worse than it is.
Examples.
Exaggerate in degree. Exaggerate story. She exaggerated the extent of her injuries to get more money from the settlement.
Sow.
To plant or scatter seed, especially in the ground, to establish or set in motion.
Examples.
Sow a seed of doubt. Sow a lot of confusion. The farmer sowed the seeds in the field, hoping for a good harvest.
Distrust.
A lack of trust or confidence in someone or something.
Examples.
Distrust in politics. Growing distrust. The employee's consistent tardiness and lack of accountability made her coworkers develop distrust in her abilities.
Coexist.
To live or exist together at the same time in the same place.
Examples.
Coexist with nature. Coexist with diversity. The different species can coexist in the same ecosystem by filling different niches and using different resources.
Movement.
A group of people working together to achieve a shared goal, especially a political, social, or artistic one, the process of moving or being moved, physically or figuratively.
Examples.
A circular movement. Movement of troops. The movement of the dancers on stage was graceful and elegant.
Aftermath.
The consequences or results of a significant event, particularly a disaster or conflict, a period of time following a significant event.
Examples.
Financial aftermath. The aftermath of a crisis. The aftermath of the hurricane left the city in shambles.
Enormous.
Extremely large or great.
Examples.
Enormous amount. Enormous potential. Shakespeare's output of poetry was enormous.
Strain.
A force or pressure that stretches or pulls something, sometimes causing damage. Biology, a group of organisms within a species that differ in trivial ways from similar groups.
Examples.
Strain our eyes. A strain of bacillus. Dictators of the past often had the erroneous idea of a pure racial strain. Cave. A large hole in the side of a hill, cliff, mountain, or under the ground.
Examples:
Domiciliary caves. The mouth of the cave. Bats reside in sheltered caves.
Differ.
To be not like someone or something in some way.
Examples:
Differ from the majority. Differ according to species. The two products differed in their quality and price.
Represent.
To speak, act, or be present on behalf of another person or group, to form or constitute.
Examples:
Represent by a diagram. The characters that represent numbers. We elected him to represent us at the international conference.
Rift.
A break or fissure in a relationship, organization, or physical structure. A large crack in the ground, rock, or other surfaces.
Examples:
Rift between friends. Geological rift. Their disagreement caused a rift in their friendship.
Argue.
To express differing opinions or points of view, often in a heated or contentious manner, to present a case or reasoning to persuade or convince others.
Examples:
Argue a case. Argue passionately. The couple began to argue over which restaurant to go to for dinner.
Nation.
A large organized community of people living in a particular country or region and having a particular culture.
Examples:
Nation state. A seafaring nation. The nation of Japan is known for its unique culture and advanced technology.
Division.
The act or outcome of splitting into separate parts, a critical organizational unit or sector.
Examples:
Cellular division. Division chief. Which division of the company do you work in?
Homeland.
A place regarded as one's native country or where one belongs.
Examples:
Beloved homeland. Homeland pride. I miss my homeland and the familiar sights, sounds, and smells.
Riot.
A violent disturbance of the peace by a crowd, characterized by destruction of property, looting, arson, and attacks on individuals.
Examples:
Riot police. Riot control gas. The riots in the city have left many buildings damaged and several people injured.
Expedite.
To accelerate or speed up a process or task, to make it happen more quickly or efficiently, to facilitate the progress of something.
Examples:
Expedite the decision. Expedite the shipment. We need to expedite the process if we want to meet our deadline.
Retreat.
The act of moving back or withdrawing from a position or situation, a period of rest or relaxation away from work or everyday life.
Examples:
Retreat deeper into their territory. Retreat in a mountain region. Many people go on a retreat to recharge and reconnect with themselves.
Viceroy.
A governor appointed to rule a country or province in the name of a monarch.
Examples:
The position of viceroy. Appointed viceroy. The notable viceroy ruled over the colony on behalf of the king.
Announce.
To make something known or officially inform people about something.
Examples:
Announce candidacy. Announce the award winners. The third season of the anime show has been announced.
Partition.
A physical divider or barrier that divides a space or area into two or more separate parts, a separation or division of something into different parts or sections.
Examples:
Partition wall. Hard drive partition. We must install a partition to separate the living room from the dining area.
Explanation.
The information or arguments that someone provides to make something understandable or clear.
Examples:
The explanation for the failure. Detailed explanation. The following explanation is currently being used to explain the phenomenon in question.
Outdated.
No longer useful or valid because of being old-fashioned.
Examples:
Become outdated. Outdated technology. We replaced outdated equipment to improve factory productivity.
Inaccurate.
Not completely correct or exact, not conforming to the truth or a standard.
Examples:
Inaccurate measurement. Inaccurate figures. The information in the report was found to be inaccurate, so it had to be corrected before it was published.
Census.
An official count or survey of a population, typically recording various details such as age, sex, occupation, and education levels.
Examples:
Census data. Population census. The government conducted a census of the population to gather data on demographics.
Minimal.
Tiny in amount, the least possible.
Examples:
Minimal effort. Minimal amount. The process was carried out at minimal cost.
Mere.
Used to emphasize how insignificant or minor someone or something is.
Examples:
Mere acquaintance. Mere incident. He lost the election by mere votes. Boundary. A real or imaginary line that marks the limit or extent of something and separates it from other things or places.
Examples:
Geographical boundary. The boundary between reality and fantasy. He wandered the boundary between life and death by gunfire.
Committee.
A group of people appointed or elected to perform a specific function or manage a particular task, often within a larger organization.
Examples:
Committee meeting. Committee member. The ad hoc committee met to discuss the proposal.
Divide.
To separate or cause to separate into parts or groups.
Examples:
Divide the cake into 2 pieces. Divide money equally. Can you divide 123,321 by 11?
Locate.
To specify or determine the exact position of someone or something.
Examples:
Locate a missing pet. Locate a tumor. The robot can accurately locate construction material.
Percentage.
The number, amount, or rate of something, which is usually the amount per 100.
Examples:
The percentage of the gold content. A high percentage. What is the percentage of the consumption tax in the United States?
Princely.
Relating to, resembling, or appropriate for a prince, characterized by luxury, nobleness, or generosity.
Examples:
Princely residence. Princely lifestyle. The princely sum of money was enough to fund their dream vacation.
Sovereignty.
Supremacy or authority, especially supreme authority over a country.
Examples:
Democratic sovereignty. Sovereignty issue. The country proclaimed its sovereignty over the disputed territory.
Process.
A series of actions or operations performed to achieve a particular outcome or goal, a systematic procedure or approach used to accomplish a specific task or objective, a method of treating milk to make it suitable for consumption or use in other dairy products.
Examples:
Process improvement. Decision-making process. The process for applying for a visa can be lengthy and complicated.
Violent.
Involving or caused by physical force or aggression against someone or something.
Examples:
Victim of a violent crime. Violent incident. The protesters became violent when the police tried to disperse them.
Perceive.
To become aware or conscious of something through the senses.
Examples:
Perceive a threat. Perceive light. Australia is widely perceived as having low levels of corruption.
Rev.
A measure of the rate at which an engine or motor rotates, often expressed in revolutions per minute, RPM, verb, to increase the number of rotations per minute.
Examples:
Low rev engine. Rev up the crowd. He stepped on the gas pedal, and the engine released a loud rev.
Geography.
A field of science devoted to the study of the lands, features, inhabitants, and phenomena of the earth.
Examples:
Geography class. Economic geography. She did well on her geography exam.
Separate.
To force, take, or pull apart, mark as different.
Examples:
Separate video into chapter. Separate cream from milk. We need to separate the aspect of his personality from the part of his competence when making an investment decision.
Flee.
To leave by running away, especially out of fear or danger.
Examples:
Flee their homes. Flee abroad. It is a basic instinct to flee from a dangerous situation.
Resident.
A person who lives in a particular place or has their home in a place.
Examples:
A resident of the city. Resident tax. Visa renewal for resident foreigners in this country is once every 5 years.
Refugee.
A displaced person who has crossed national borders and who cannot or is unwilling to return home due to political, religious, or economic reasons or because of a war.
Examples:
Global refugee crisis. The refugee camp. The community warmly welcomed the refugees.
Vacuum.
A space empty of matter, a device or tool used for cleaning or removing debris by creating suction.
Examples:
Vacuum cleaner. Vacuum packing. Please use the vacuum to clean up the mess on the floor.
Radicalize.
To cause or become more radical in one's beliefs or actions. To adopt or promote more extreme or uncompromising ideas or practices.
Examples:
Radicalize religious groups. Radicalize ideology. The extremist group aims to radicalize young people through its propaganda.
Militia.
A military force comprised of trained soldiers who are usually a citizen or have other jobs.
Examples:
Militia groups. Armed militia. Militia suddenly occupied the presidential palace.
Massacre.
The indiscriminate killing of a large number of people.
Examples:
Massacre site. Bloody massacre. The massacre of innocent civilians shocked the world.
Migrant.
A traveler who moves from one region or country to another, especially to find work or better living conditions. A bird or an animal that moves from one place to another.
Examples:
Migrant worker. The movement of migrant birds. The government revoked his license to employ migrant labor crews.
Brunt.
The force or impact of something, often used to describe the full force of an attack or criticism.
Examples:
Bear the brunt. The brunt of criticism. The brunt of the storm hit the coastal towns the hardest.
Suffer.
To experience pain, distress, or hardship, to undergo or endure something painful or unpleasant.
Examples:
Suffer a setback. Suffer bad grades. The older man suffers from arthritis and finds it difficult to move around.
Rap.
A type of music characterized by a strong, repetitive beat and lyrics that often focus on social and political issues, a reproach for some lapse or misdeed.
Examples:
Rap music. Get a rap. The new rap album is getting a lot of attention.
Mutilation.
The act of severely damaging or injuring a person's body or body part, particularly through cutting or disfiguring, the condition of being so damaged or disfigured.
Examples:
Mutilation crime. Physical mutilation. The mutilation of the artwork was a devastating loss for the artist.
Kidnapping.
The act of taking somebody away illegally and holding them captive.
Examples:
Kidnapping attempt. Mass kidnapping. She received a year's imprisonment for aggravated kidnapping.
Captor.
A person who takes someone captive or hostage, often by force or coercion.
Examples:
Captor of hostages. Animal captor. The prisoner escaped from his captor and ran for his life.
Immediate.
Happening or done without delay or occurring shortly after something else.
Examples:
Take immediate effect. The immediate past. Both forts were subject to immediate attacks.
Temporary.
Not lasting or be used for a very long.
Examples:
A temporary permit. Temporary housing. He managed to get temporary jobs during the recession.
Permanent.
Lasting for a long time without essential change.
Examples:
Literature of permanent value. Permanent life insurance. She is searching for a permanent residence.
Displace.
To force someone or something to leave their home or place of origin, especially as a result of conflict, natural disaster, or manipulation.
Examples:
Displace workers. Displace the explosive power. The construction of the new dam will displace hundreds of families living downstream.
Dispute.
A disagreement, argument, or controversy between two people, groups, or countries, especially a formal one.
Examples:
A legal dispute over the title. Dispute settlement. The dispute over the ownership of the land has been ongoing for years.
Decide.
To make up someone's mind about something, to come to a conclusion or judgment after considering options.
Examples:
Decide a question. Decide on a course of action. She couldn't decide whether to order the pizza or the pasta for dinner.
Decision.
The act or process of making up someone's mind about something, a choice or judgment reached after considering options.
Examples:
Decision authority. A selfish decision. She was struggling to make a decision between two job offers.
Referendum.
A general vote in which all the people of a country can vote on an important political or social issue.
Examples:
Referendum on abortion. Hold a second referendum. The government had a constitutional referendum.